This is my kitchen. It's the part of the home I spend the most time in, but it's also the part of the home that contains the most toxins affecting you and your family. So I want to show you all of the non-toxic items I have in my kitchen, and maybe more importantly, show you all of the toxic items you would never find in my kitchen when it comes to pots and pans, cutting boards, drinking water systems, and more. Let's start with pots and pans. And yes, I do have non-stick pans in my home, but check out the surface of my non-stick. It's not Teflon, it's ceramic, Teflon-free, non-toxic. Now is the time to ditch the toxic Teflon. This is only a prop I have to make videos at home, but this is the traditional non-stick that you and I grew up with. Teflon and forever chemicals, which they're finding now in the soil and everywhere. And we all know by now, this stuff is literally toxic. When you scratch it with any utensil, it scrapes up, it goes into your food, it goes into your body for 13 years. When you have ceramic, it's still a non-stick surface, but it's completely PFAS, PTFE, and forever chemical free. This one is from Tearaway. I like this one a lot. The difference between this and a cheap one is feel the heft. It's usually going to be a heavy bottom pan. You can get the green pan ones at Costco. Those are a good deal. You just want to avoid the Teflon. Check this out. These are my beauties. This is a Le Creuset cast iron enamel Dutch oven. And this is the other French company here, Stove. Both are cast iron. Both have the enameling in there. These are really nice pieces that you will have for eternity. But the nice thing is, look inside. You're not going to find Teflon, right? That's porcelain enamel cast iron. Now, when it comes to cast iron, if you want to get an economical one, Lodge USA cast iron is nice. That's what I used to have. But these are beautiful pans too. These are Stove, the French ones, cast iron pans with the porcelain enamel. One little tip I want to give you is how do you know these pans are preheated properly when you throw like a steak in there? Get one of these suckers. This is an infrared temperature gun, and you point it at the surface and it tells you exactly the temperature. So before you put your steak in there or something, you know the right temperature. Because I would never sear hot food in a ceramic nonstick pan. It's not made for that. I would do it in cast iron, and the infrared gun helps a lot. Another pan which people use to sear steaks and pork chops would be a stainless steel tri-ply pan. I tend to not use this that often. I see some people on like YouTube using it to make scrambled eggs. If I do that, it would stick, but it's really nice to get tri-ply, meaning 3 layers with a very sturdy aluminum base in there. I really only think you need a couple pans in the kitchen. I would get an 8-inch nonstick. I would get a 10 to 12-inch nonstick. I would get 1 Dutch oven, and I would get 1 cast iron pan. You're good to go, and you avoid the nasty Teflon. Now, when it comes to cutting board, I have a lot of wood cutting boards. You won't see any plastic or glass cutting boards in my kitchen, except for this plastic one that I use for demonstration purposes only. Why do I love wood big cutting boards? Because I cook almost every day. Small cutting boards stink. Your food runs off and falls on the floor. So get a big surface, get it made of wood. Now I know what you're thinking. You see the pattern here of the bamboo and of my booze cutting board, and it has glue to glue it together. I'm okay with the food safe glues in cutting board. I don't think they're gonna bubble up to the surface, and I wash them with hot water in the sink. It's totally fine. You can buy 1 piece of wood boards with no glue if you're down for that. That's easy, but I love this company right here, Booze. They make beautiful boards. Now, the reason why I wouldn't use something like this is look at all the marks on here from using it over the years back before I knew better in the old days. And look at this video on screen right now. I did a short on YouTube. The plastics come up when you rock your knife over here. And I probably was going a little exaggerated in that video, but It literally looks like Parmesan cheese. And we talk about the amount of plastics and nanoplastics in our body these days, it really adds up. So when you can avoid plastics like water bottles, like cutting board, it's really easy. I vividly remember my friend's mom telling me, yeah, but I use a glass cutting board. Leave a comment down below if you use glass. While it is non-toxic and safe, it's so dangerous. It's so slippery. With a sharp knife, that's an accident waiting to happen. And oh, did you notice how dry my cutting board is? To moisturize it, I use this cutting board oil made of highly refined coconut oil. Just put some on, rub it in, and 10 minutes later, it's all absorbed. Traditional mineral oil is what I used to use. It's made of petroleum and fossil fuels. Swapping it out for this right here is easy and non-toxic, and I'll put the link down below as usual. Let's talk about water for a second. This is high quality H2O. The Bobby Boucher would appreciate this water because it comes out of this machine right here. So this is a 8-stage reverse osmosis alkaline water system. Tap water pretty much everywhere in this country stinks. Go to a website, I'll link to it down below, called the EWG Tap Water Database. I typed in my old Chicago zip code in there, and it shows you how many contaminants were found in the tap water and what levels they were, and it can be downright scary. This has 8 stages. It remineralizes the water with 84 trace minerals. We actually take water so seriously. Look outside my house. We have a whole house water system, so it filters and softens the water even before it comes into the house. That way the water we're showering in, we're washing our hands in, doesn't have the toxins in there. And for drinking water, a Brita filter, the traditional pitchers we grew up with in the 80s, is not gonna cut it. That is just one carbon filter. It does minimal use. Now, if you don't have room for an under-counter system, totally get it. There is one that makes a great countertop. It's called the AquaTrue. It's a 4-stage reverse osmosis, and they have the option to add on the alkaline minerals. I like that because it keeps the pH of the water around 8.5 to 9. But bottom line, the tap water, pretty much no matter where you live, is not acceptable for drinking. Some kind of filter, whether below or on counter, is a must. If you've seen my videos recently from the kitchen, you've probably seen this in the background. It's my new favorite air fryer. It's from Cosori. The nice thing about this one is, yes, they're the sponsor of the video, which is cool, but it's the traditional basket style, which is rare to get. And inside here is 100% ceramic surface. There's no Teflon, there's no forever chemicals. Look at that, completely lined in ceramic. The crisper plate, ceramic. The exterior of the Cosori iconic stainless steel air fryer, stainless steel, but look inside, that's metal. And it has a really good fan system, so it gets a very even crisp. I've been cooking a lot of things in here lately, including my new favorite Bobby approved fries from the grocery store. I just put them in the crisper basket. I usually add a little more salt. I cook it for about 10 minutes at 375 to 400. They come out absolutely delicious. This works great. It's beautiful, so it can sit out on your countertop. And it's my new favorite air fryer that is 100% Bobby approved. They did sponsor the video, so high five to them. In the link in the description box down below is a discount for 10% off the Cosori iconic stainless steel air fryer, which, by the way, when you're done cooking, super easy to clean because it has that ceramic non-stick surface. If you're interested, check it out. This is a really nice air fryer. Let's talk coffee maker. Most coffee makers, including all of the Keurig machines, are loaded with plastic. And have you ever thought about these pods, which are so popular? Number one, the quality of the coffee in these pods stinks, but you're having just boiled water go through aluminum tops, plastic bodies into your cup of joe. Hard no on the nano and microparticles of plastic in my coffee. If you want good, freshly brewed coffee, hello, a French press is great. And I love this one. This is a Stanley stainless steel French press. It's insulated, so it keeps your coffee hot for a long time. I got it on Amazon last Black Friday. Of course, I'll leave a link down below. There is a new coffee maker on the market. I'll pop it up on screen. It's known as the first plastic-free coffee maker. So there's no parts of the maker where the hot water, the coffee, touches plastic, which is really nice too. If you want, in my opinion, the best coffee, it's gonna be my new Flav City coffee with benefits. By the way, the reviews are fantastic, but this is single origin instant coffee that's certified mold-free, low acid, and every serving has grass-fed collagen, prebiotic fiber, L-theanine, and MCT oil. So functional black coffee, but it just tastes like really good coffee. Grab it at Target nationwide. That's the only place that sells it right now, and people are really, really enjoying that. This is the spot of the kitchen where I keep all of my blenders. And yes, I have a decent amount of blenders, but remember, the kitchen is my playground, and these are my toys. Raise your hand if you've been watching since the Chicago days. This was the KitchenAid blender I used back then. Now, I really have no problem using a blender with a plastic carafe here, unless you're going to blend something hot or warm in there, because even though these are technically like BPA free, they still contain the properties of plastic like phthalates and possible hormone disruptors that when I'm putting hot soup or something in there, I don't want, which is why I like this. This is the stainless steel attachment for the Vitamix that you just pop on here and blend in. Really nice. The only problem is it's expensive. It's about $200. Wait for Black Friday. Then you can nab one of these, but it will last you forever. And I do use it quite often. I like the Vitamix 2 because then it has the food processor attachment too. I use this cute little guy. This is the new Ninja Blend Boss to make Rose's smoothies in the morning. And when you're traveling, right, I take my smoothies seriously because I have the Flav City smoothies every day. This is the Ninja Portable Blender. That being said, obviously you don't need all of these blenders. A nice way to blend up hot things like sauces and soups is by using a stick blender here. You can get them cheap online. They're mostly all stainless steel. There's a little bit of plastic on the bottom here, but this is a Vitamix. But either way, blenders are nice, but to have the stainless steel one really comes in handy too. When it comes to cleaning stuff, you're not gonna find Dawn dish detergent in here. For liquid, I like to use Ecos, but the free and clear one, because it doesn't have any of the allergens and zero fragrances. For all-purpose spray around the kitchen, which I use a lot, Branch Basics is my favorite. And the hand soap, Branch makes it also, but they have this liquid soap too. And then if we look back down here again, for dish tabs, I really like the Branch tablets. And another one I'll pop on screen right now is called Blue Land. The reason why you're not gonna see the traditional cleansers here is because the colors like this are artificial. They come from dyes. They always have fragrances and skin irritants and allergens and hormone disrupting ingredients. When you get something like Branch, they specifically design it to not have any of those nasty ingredients. It's plant-based, it works well. So does their tablets and Ecos, not all Ecos, because Ecos has a regular line that has fragrances. I don't know about you, leave a comment down below. I hate fragrances. Even if perfume is being worn by a woman, cologne, what's up with walking into restaurants now and they put fragrances in the air? I don't want to smell that when I'm eating. They're bad for you and they're hormone disrupting ingredients. And when you're cleaning your hands and your dishes literally dozens of times a day, you do not want that. So I'll put a full recap in the description box down below. If you're still watching the video at this point, make sure to subscribe, my friend. It always amazes me, this stat right here, 65% of you guys who watch the videos are not subscribed. I will say though, that used to be 77, so it's going down, so you are subscribing. But when you subscribe, you join the community of 11 million plus people who get weekly videos, and it's the cheap, free, easy way to support the channel. When it comes to food storage containers, you ain't gonna find plastic Tupperware. That stuff is toxic. I have glass containers, I have glass mixing bowls, and I really love these. This is all Caraway ceramic storage containers. So once again, it's that non-stick, non-toxic ceramic with no Teflon or anything. Those plastic ones we grew up with, they shed the plastics over time. God forbid you heat them, or if you put them in the dishwasher, the nanoparticles of plastic come out, the hormone disrupting ingredients. And God knows that all these hormone disrupting ingredients are probably making fertility way, way down. Now, yes, some of the lids like this might be plastic. I wash these by hand and it doesn't touch the food. So the easiest swap you can do is just get rid of plastic containers and get either ceramic or glass ones. Last but not least, you'll notice there's no microwave in my kitchen. I have this little baby oven here. We call it Rose's oven. It's actually called a June oven. It has convection, it has steaming. I think they got bought by Weber a while back and then they discontinued it, but I like that. And the reason I don't have a microwave is because I don't want it nuking the nutrition in my food, and I just don't want the radiation in the box in my kitchen. And this I love, by the way. This is from Heston. It's their range that's made in California. It has a beautiful cooktop with the griddle, and their ovens are just incredible. It has the big oven and the baby oven next to it. And this is the oven I always wanted, and it has the soft close, and I love it. So there it is, my friends, my non-toxic kitchen tour, the things I have in my kitchen and why, and the things I don't have in my kitchen and why. Full list down below. If you want to see more videos like this, you let me know. Like, subscribe, share, but I'll see you soon. Bye.